Entrevistas, Alfa.
Well, thank you very much. I have the opportunity to talk with one of the bands that I enjoy a lot seeing live. So I'm Mónica López. Here we are with Franz Ferdinand, Alex, for Alfa 91.3. First of all, thank you to be here. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Monica. Lovely to speak to you.
How have things changed since 2003, almost 20 years?
Gosh, as funny as it feels like it's completely changed and yet exactly the same. The world is different. Streaming has changed the world of music a lot. People don't buy CDs anymore. We've had a pandemic that seemed to really rattle us up a little bit. Yet I feel that the basic thing which we do as a band, like to get on stage and play that raw rock and roll, which makes you want to dance, that feels exactly the same. And the emotion that I get when I walk on the stage feels exactly the same as it did, 19 years ago.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. After so many years, what are you still inspired by?
I mean, inspired in terms of writing, I'm inspired by life around about me. And it's just part of me. It's what I am. And one of the most joyous experiences I can have is to sit with a guitar or at the piano and out of nowhere find a song comes out. Also, the other thing that I find inspiring is the audience, and like to be performing in front of people and to feel that communion, the connection between thousands of people and the band on the stage. It's a really wonderful, transcendent moment.
Okay. Well, you tell me about this, but how do you feel the industry has changed since then? And what benefits do you see in the new distribution channels, pros and cons?
Yeah, so it's changed because people don't really pay for music in the way that they used to. So labels don't have the money to develop bands in the way that they used to. And so I think it's very difficult for an artist who is starting out these days. I also think social media has massively changed music. And I think in some ways for the better, because it allows musicians to communicate directly with their fans. But in a hugely negative sense, you have these people who are social media stars rather than musicians, who have a degree of success. And it's funny, like we have this mixture of things, like we're simultaneously trapped within a very old medium and an extremely contemporary medium. So as a musician, we still like to release our music on vinyl and can release digitally. And when you release digitally, you can release instantly. You can write a song in the morning, record it in the afternoon, then release it to the world that evening if you want to, which is phenomenal and revolutionary. Yet we're still tied to this format, which I love personally, which is vinyl, like 12-inch records. And right now, if you want to release a record, you've got 9 months minimum, probably a year wait to actually put that record into the world, which as a musician is incomprehensibly frustrating. Like you want to make something, you want to get out into the world straight away. You don't want to wait for a year.
Yeah, and it's a process that you have maybe to respect. I don't know, but maybe like that.
No, it's frustrating because I do love vinyl, and I do love having a physical object to play my music on. And I see, and I love the popularity of vinyl, and I like how it's become more popular. But we need to do something within the industry. And I don't know what your listenership is like, but if there are any venture capitalists listening to your radio station, tell them to invest in a pressing plant. They will make a lot of money, and they will be able to hopefully get down the backlog of vinyl releases a little bit.
Okay. How was to work with Stuart Price? I'm curious about that.
Yeah, Stuart was cool. I really liked him, and he worked in the way that a good producer works, which is almost like the way a good director of a film works. He wanted to know what the emotion was, what it was you wanted to make the listener feel as they heard the track, rather than being too caught up in the technicalities and the technical details of the recording process. And because I think that's true, it's the same for a musician as it is a producer. The technical stuff is just the basic thing. It's what you don't worry about that. You have that. That's just taken for granted that you can do that. Any piece of art, it's the greater idea, which is what really, really matters, and that's what he was concerned with. And talking to him about making the record and the journey that we made making it together was very fun and really rewarding.
Okay. How was the approach for the vaccines to be at your shows? I don't know if only in Mexico or...
No, they're going to play with the Mexico. We've played with the vaccines before. I've known those guys for a long time. I went down to one of their first ever gigs in London. They're a great band, fantastic songs and a good energy. And, the other thing is I'm going to really enjoy hanging out with them in Mexico City. And that's a pretty good reason to play with a band, right? And if they're a great band as well, then damn, that's great.
Hits to the Head Greatest Hits Tour will be soon in Mexico. There will be something special for this presentation, or will be a surprise too?
Well, there's definitely going to be some surprises, but it's also like it's a complete one-off. We've never done this before, where we've played all of the hits together at one time.
It's going to be amazing.
I doubt we're ever going to do that again. There's 20 songs on that record. And they're all bangers, and we're going to play them all in the one gig. And so that's very exciting. We've been playing these shows. We're in the United States at the moment. I'm speaking to you from North Carolina, and the shows have been fantastic, and the audience has been going crazy. So I can't wait to take that to Mexico.
It was a pleasure talking with you. Something do you want to say to your fans in Mexico through Alfa 1.3?
Yeah, on 91.3, like I just want to say thanks to everybody who's been so supportive to us over the years, and constantly we get messages from Mexico and invitations asking us to come back, and here we are. We're finally coming back, and we can't wait to see you all. We're super, super excited.
Well, I hope to see you soon. So thank you for your time. See you soon.
Thank you, Monica.
Alex.
Really lovely to talk to you.
Bye.
Bye.
Entrevistas Alfa.